It's Tuesday morning in eastern Utah, just outside of Moab. Last night I met up with an old friend, John Burt, in his Ford Super Duty with a four-wheel camper named Gramp Camp, and we just sat around and chatted. This morning, after a very windy and unpleasant night, we parted ways, and now I am off to do some exploring in the Utah backcountry. But first I need to return to pavement and find a water source. I am low on potable water in my white Rotopax containers. This is broken. I got out to place a camera and I smelled engine coolant. So I stopped to check things out. Sure enough, it was dripping down my front diff cover and there was a little bit on my track bar. Hoses look intact, radiator looks intact. Just recently I was at Jiffy Lube in Albuquerque and I know for a fact that they topped off my coolant. So I think my engine's probably hot, or maybe I was at a weird angle, and I'm 90% sure that all is well and it just bubbled out of the reservoir. It's Tuesday night and I'm exploring this lush and beautiful Utah canyon. I'm trying to kill time so that the wind dies down a little bit. I was hoping to hit a home run and find a really idyllic and sheltered campsite, but I didn't have much luck. The temperature is really nice. It's probably in the upper 50s. I would love to sit outside the Jeep and make something good or goodish for dinner. The weather's supposed to be good all week, and I'm sure I'm going to have that opportunity, but as far as tonight goes, I'm not sure. "8:45 p.m. on Tuesday, and I am exhausted. Last night was one of my top 5 worst wind nights ever, so I did not get much sleep. It usually isn't too bad if I have the camper parked into the wind, and that's what I did at first, but in the middle of the night the wind shifted about 90 degrees and started slamming the side of the Jeep. It's still a little bit breezy right now, but I've been checking the weather forecast obsessively, and the wind is supposed to die down around 10 p.m. I cannot wait. I'm going to sleep like a rock. It's 9 a.m., already very warm out in the Utah desert. It is so comfortable and peaceful out here. I love waking up to mornings just like this one. Coffee's in hand, I broke camp, and now I'm working my way back to pavement. What I want to do today is take advantage of the perfect weather. So I'm going to go back to pavement and continue exploring this region, this backcountry, but just enter from a different point. I want to find camp a little bit earlier today so I have time to settle in, explore my surroundings, and make something for dinner. Although last night's spot ended up being very nice, I do want to see what else is out there. This homestead is early 20th century. Inscription in the concrete, WS, October 30th, 1940. And handprint, almost alien looking, possibly a child. The drive through the canyon ended up being a bit more of a technical wheeling trail than I expected. I'm 4 miles in and it's been within Orangey's limits. No shiny spots so far. My mission is still to find an idyllic campsite. It wasn't necessarily four-wheel drive adventure today, but here we are, and I'm digging it. Now we're talking. I found this flat spot overlooking the canyon to the east. There's a stone fire ring here, which I'm not going to use tonight. I don't have any firewood. But this will serve the purpose nicely. This is exactly the type of site that I was looking for. From what I can tell, I still have several miles to go before I finish the four-wheel drive track. But I'm going to settle in here for the night, enjoy the scenery, and keep exploring tomorrow. Pretty good. Not bad. This is one of my better grilled pizza concoctions. Interesting. I don't know how old, but this outcropping looks like it was used as a shelter. I'm just exploring the landscape around camp, and I'm surprised to find any traces of human activity. Charred piece of wood, stacked rocks. I love this campsite, and I'm glad I was able to spend most of the afternoon here and get to know the area. There's just a little bit of cell service, and the interstate highway is probably 3/4 of a mile to a mile away, and you hear a decent amount of traffic, but it's far enough that it's not too bothersome. Right now, it's Wednesday night. I'm up in the camper and editing still photos on my computer. Something that I'd like to start doing. I've had requests over the years that I should sell photos or prints of scenes from Venture Forward or some of the pictures that I've posted on my Instagram account. This past week, I signed up for a new service that allows me to sell my photography in various print formats. It is pixels.com, and I have a web page there that features some select photography from Venture Forward. I welcome you to check it out. You don't have to buy anything. Just poke around, look at the pictures, and tell me what you think. Thursday morning, I made coffee, and I am in no hurry to leave this wonderful spot. I'm surprised by the privacy. It seems like a fairly well-used track, but I just saw 2 ATVs and that is it. The mountainous terrain and the vegetation offers some shelter from the wind. The scenery is top-notch. It loses just a few points for all the highway noise, but that's really it. Honestly, I don't mind being so close to the highway because it means good cell service. I am going to keep dragging my feet until my coffee is gone, write a couple emails, and then break camp and head out of here. It is a maze back here as I continue west through Utah's BLM. There's a lot of really great dispersed sites tucked away between these junipers. What I think is a cell tower right on the mountain above me. Good privacy. This is a nice functional base camp for the Revel. The Revel is out of play this week. My girlfriend Shannon, who pilots the van, still has a static residence. 4 walls and a roof, and she had business there this past week. This is the San Rafael River. Beautiful green river flowing past these canyons of red rock. And there's some designated fee campgrounds just a quarter mile upstream. It's Thursday afternoon, and this is the time of week that I need to wrap up the episode. So I need to prioritize getting to town and finding a good place with strong internet to edit and publish this episode that you're watching now. So it absolutely pains me to hastily pass through this remarkable landscape that I'm in right now. Wow. Wow. Although I just passed about a half a dozen campsites that I'd love to spend the night at, the wind is supposed to get violent again this afternoon. So I don't think it'll be a good night for a backcountry experience anyway, let alone doing video work. There is no straw. They didn't give me a straw. Or napkins. This is the Quesalupa combo, which is a large soft drink, the Quesalupa, which I haven't tried yet, and 2 hard shell tacos. That's pretty good. Thank you, Taco Bell. That is a wrap for this week in central Utah. Utah, without fail, manages to whisk me away with its dramatic landscape. When you think of backcountry adventure in Utah, you think, right, Moab. But it extends far beyond that. I'm looking at Gaia GPS now, and the vast majority of Utah is public land. You have BLM in every which direction, national parks to the south, and basically a stripe of national forest that runs from north to south. 1 week here isn't enough. As always, thanks for watching, and I will catch up with you again next week.